what is up, all you beautiful people? It is I, Academy TCG, back here with a brand new podcast.
I mean, are they all really that beautiful, though? I mean, come on, you can't lie to them.
No, I'm not lying. I think everybody is beautiful in one way, shape, or form. If it makes your day better, if you don't think you're beautiful, I think you're beautiful. In some way, shape, or form. So, anyways, we are in podcast number 9. We are joining here with Team Sakurasu, the guy on the right here, and he does a lot of market watches, right? And market watches, Robbie Cole does them, V does them, but this guy is an up and coming market watch pioneer, where he market watches, and I believe it's different cards from the competition, right?
Yes, I also have a series, if I may add, called 5 Cards Having Your Trade Binder, where while I have Yu-Gi-Oh markets, I also have videos about 2 or 3 times a month where I tell you 5 cards to pick up before they skyrocket in value. Now, I've actually keeping a record of what has gone up and what hasn't gone down, and my track record is very, very solid. I've called cards that were a couple dollars going up to 20, 30s before, like Guardian Rosemaiden, for example, because I like to keep, while I'm not the best Yu-Gi-Oh player, I like to keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh news. So like a lot of players, before they knew about Dragon Link and how that card was essential to that combo, I let my subscribers know to pick up at $5. And I personally know people who have and benefited off my videos, made money, all that. So if you guys would like to come to my channel, I also do a lot of openings because I'm just addicted to Yu-Gi-Oh openings. I'm not gonna say anything deep, it's just there. I also do other certain Yu-Gi-Oh content too, but that is usually what I try to mainly do. I upload at least 3-4 times a week, if not more. And also, thank you for having me on, my man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And the main reason why I invited you onto the channel was because A, collab, obviously, right? And then B is, I've talked to a lot of people, and especially people on my channel that want to start buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards and trying to make money from it. Especially buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards, selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, making money, and being able to play meta at the same time. And I brought him along because I know he's an up-and-coming seller. He just started his own like little card shop. He's gonna start little card shop soon. Not a physical card shop, but just selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards on the side. So my first question is, like, how is that going for you? Tell me about your journey so far with selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
So for selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I have 2 journeys here. Now I have selling online and selling IRL. So I guess I'll start at the beginning. So I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh when I was 12, right? Like actual going to a card shop playing, right? I'm not talking about when I was 4, got packs, you know. Everyone says that, so I want to skip the boring stuff. So I did that. I started playing, and I always liked just playing decks. I liked playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and eventually, the biggest thing I used to like is trading, right? Everyone likes trading, getting new cards, having your binder go in and out, and it's really cool. And I was like, oh wow, I really like this. So you have to learn prices, right? And I saw people, because at my locals, when it was very, very popping, we had people who vend there. I still know them personally to this day, but they were in their prime vending time at that time, right? And, you know, a lot of people are trying to get like trade for profit and all that. And I quickly like learned and adapted to that. And eventually I wanted to learn a little bit how to do it myself, since I guess that's kind of where my business mind sort of started. Because even when I was younger, like I remember when I used to go to camps, I used to like sell stuff for money and like buy stuff back cheaper. Like when I was in high school, I used to buy soda for like, if you guys know you could get like 12 cans for like $3-4 and those little things. And I used to buy those for like 3 for $10 and sell every can for $1.
Oh man, you're a born hustler, dude.
I really was a born hustler. Like it really started. Like, dude, I remember I got a video game off a Lego piece back in camp, and I did not scam the kid either. It was just pure negotiation. And so I saw this for you. I'm like, oh, I could do this for a card game. That's really, really dope. I absolutely love that.
Right.
So I started trying to learn. I learned from some people. They weren't nice about teaching me. They were just hard asses, and they barely taught me anything. So it was kind of like that. And then, you know, I quit the game when I was around 17 years old. And then I came back, and by that time I learned stocks and everything, because I started learning about stocks when I was a little bit in high school, and I had my mother teach me and all that. So I had like the business mind, right? So when I came back to this game, I obviously knew about prices and all that, right? So I enjoyed the game for a while, and then I just saw so many opportunities to make money that it was like hard to ignore from the stock person inside me. So I was like, that's so weird. I could start vending a little bit more, because back when I was 17, I used to buy and sell cards, and I had experience with it. But when I got to stocks and then I came back, it was like child's play. It's kind of like going back to your first dungeon in a game. Like, it's a lot easier.
Right.
So I saw this, and I was like, okay, I could buy this and that. I can invest in this and that. Oh, I should get this before it goes up. Very simple stuff. And I gradually, it was really just self-learn. I'm not going to say I really had someone when I came back teach me as much. So it slowly became that. And it came from like selling a few cards here and they're just asking, hey, I take cash too at like locals, to actually picking stuff up with the intent to sell it. It definitely started with improving my trade binder. I'll tell you that for sure. And then eventually I was like, it's just, I can make money off this, right? And this was like a little bit more into YouTubing, right? Because I started YouTubing for fun a lot earlier on. I've been Yugi tubing for about 2 years. And I was like, oh, this is really fun, especially because I always loved market watches. Market watches were my favorite content in Yu-Gi-Oh! I know a lot of people don't say that. It just I just really like looking at this game from an outside economical standpoint. It's very interesting to me. So that's what I did. I brought my knowledge from the stocks to the game, and I've just been kind of tumbling along ever since. I never really made a just to add one more thing. I never really made the vocal decision to become a vendor or a small-time seller per se until maybe a few months ago, really, when COVID started and I couldn't be like, you can't really do anything.
Right.
You know, I want to be efficient. I started taking YouTube more seriously. Then I started selling more seriously. And then I had someone help me that I could, someone very, special to me, help me with the online aspect with selling. So I decided, let's get into it. So I've been doing it seriously, like very seriously, not loosely, for the past couple months. With online being maybe the last month and a half or two. Maybe not even 2 months, to be honest with you.
And
yeah.
With that, because I know you started like maybe a month and a half ago, what was the biggest challenge you faced as a new seller? Was it the physically starting the eBay account? Was it trying to find the cards you wanted to sell? Or was it the amount of work you had to do? What was it? What was your biggest challenge?
So here was the hardest thing, right? Because I want to sell by myself at first, but the thing is with my generation is we've never, unless you're an actual seller, you never have to actually use the postal service, really, like personally to yourself. So I never actually mailed a letter. That was very new to me. So I had to first learn how to actually mail a letter, right? Which I still get nervous to this day that I'm going to do something wrong. Like, I don't know why, but
yeah.
I have someone do it for me too, but I still know how to do it myself personally, luckily. Plus my handwriting's really bad. Like, oh my God, is it bad? And so learning that was the first thing, along with just the whole process of sending something out actually, physically. That was probably the hardest thing, along with top loaders. Because getting top loaders was really difficult as a new seller, because when I sold cards, now, I know my community within an hour and a half, right? I know a lot of people in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene, right?
Yeah.
Along with I try to go to events when I could. So I would sell there, right? I would always just physically sell when I wasn't taking it super seriously, right? So, like, I knew people where if they want cards, they would talk to me, they would message me, right? So I always had this thing going on. It was always like I'd meet them IRL or they'd drop by. Like, if I knew them actually, they would drop by my house, pick the cards up, right? That's how I used to always sell.
Right.
When I went to online, it was like a new territory. So I had to figure out all these extra steps, whereas I was literally in a one-step, two-step done type of situation. And that's kind of how my whole operation was functioning. Now I had to adapt to this whole new online world, and I kind of felt like a boomer, gonna be honest. I was like, I'm never gonna get this. Like, yeah.
So you just felt like a boomer because, like, you're literally stepping in a brand new territory.
Yeah,
you're literally
really
driving to an area you'd never driven to before.
Basically, like, I'm very good at adapting things, but when it comes to certain territories that I'm very new at, I'm like, wow, I am never going to grasp this. I am never going to do it. Like, that's like my initial like mindset, but then I have to like push past that mindset, be like, no, I could do this. This is easy. All good.
That's so funny because back in the day when I started selling, oh my God, like I thought it was like the hardest thing in the world to do. There were so many steps, and then wait until you get your first customer complaint. Oh boy.
Oh my God, dude, I am scared. I am really scared.
It happens all the time.
the person I do this with, she's a great woman. She's a little slow at times, right? So she makes a lot of mistakes that I've had to double check on. So it's like I know eventually I'm just gonna miss something. It's gonna happen. Like, heck, maybe the guy's writing it up right now as we're filming the little complaint.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, like we've already had people like on eBay. Like, I'll give you one thing this is like the biggest complaint we've got, right? Not really a complaint, But a guy was apparently upset, and she didn't tell me this either. Apparently, which is very odd to me until a week and a half later, and she was like, "Oh well, you know how those cards were lightly played, right? Because the cards they haven't been played with, they weren't classified as near mint. I didn't want to put them as near mint, so I put them as lightly played, right?
Okay.
And apparently eBay, right? It was lightly played first ed, right? And apparently eBay does this thing where it's either a new or a used listing.
You have to put it as news.
Yeah, you have to put it as used. I put it as new.
Right? Red alert.
That's where the issue.
Red alert.
He didn't order it, but he got very, very upset, which is very weird because I know people buy on eBay and they see this all the time and it doesn't bother them if it's light play, right? Usually they're like, oh, mod play could go into use, but light play could go into like new. And then some people have like a huge issue with it. Personally, as a seller or as a buyer, let me say that I don't care if light play is on eBay new. Like, seems like a very
wait, hold on. You're saying he got beat? Did he buy it from you or no?
He did not buy it.
Wait, he didn't buy it from you, and he had beef with your listing?
Yes.
How much time does he have in the day?
Yeah, no, he did not buy it. He did not just receive it and that happened. No.
What?
I would at least.
That's absurd.
Have at least, like, made it up. And we say that's lightly played too, right? So, and we have a picture of the card. You are getting what you want, right? You're seeing what it is. The only reason I put it as new is because it's never been played before, right? It was just, it's lightly played, especially because some cards, just time actually, that's how weak Yu-Gi-Oh cards are. Time can literally damage the card itself. Like, there are cards where, any Yu-Gi-Oh player, any Yu-Gi-Oh player can attest to this, where you've taken great care of a card. Like, let's say you sleeved it up right from the pack, put it in a binder, forgot about it. It will be lightly played eventually, somehow, shape, or form.
Yep, it's because moisture, humidity, coldness, hot. Like, unless you're putting it in like a vault.
Yeah.
You have to put it in like a vault in order for your card to be safe. Or like one of those you have to screw it down with one of those really hard top loaders. Then that'll be fine.
Oh yeah, that's how they like PSA grade things. Usually, what I do is I like to do the a little stacking method where and maybe I take a tin or something if I'm really like scared of this, and I just stack the tin, right? So it has like commons and all that, right? So that way, if they like try to like how do I say this? They morph or they try to bend, they won't because there's a card right in front of it.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, complaints are like the scariest thing, and when you start growing as a seller, you're gonna see a lot more complaints. I remember my biggest complaint was a few years back. Allure of Darkness Ulti first ed. LP was about like $52 back in the day, and I sold one of those, and it has tracking on it. Then the guy said he didn't get it, and the tracking says that it's in his post office. However, it's not at his house, right? So I had to make so many calls back and forth. I'd call my post office, call their post office, be like, "Where the heck is it?" And apparently, the post office has left the dude so many notes that be like, "You have to pick it up from the post office, and if you don't, we're gonna send it back." They left him over 10 notes. And I guess he just disregarded all those notes.
Why would they not mail anything to his house?
It was a signature mail. It was certified, so he has to sign it. And if he's not home to sign it, then they're gonna leave it at the post office.
Oh, okay. So they come and tried, but okay.
Yep. So that gave me a heart attack for a week. Oh my god.
Yeah, and what's that called again? Signature.
Certified mail.
Certified mail. Okay, that's what I thought because they're tracking certified. Yeah, because for me, I think the last card, and man, this is a long time ago. I got certified is a Sol morning, and they came at like 7:30. It was very weird. They can come at any time. That's like
or PM.
No, it was at night. It was PM.
Oh, I'm letting you know, USPS drivers, they work late, dude. Sometimes they work till like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's crazy, but yeah, that must be very scary. Like when I reach their mind, bro, I'm just gonna be on my keyboard straight away, and I'm just gonna be like, Akame, I need help. I swear, you just mentioned in a video. Maybe you even mentioned a video before this. Like I'm gonna panic for sure.
And then obviously there's some kinds of mails where it's not your fault. You wrote the letter, you sent it out, and USPS lost it. It happens. 1 in every 100, you usually lose one. So usually every week I usually lose like 1 or 2 packages, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't get it yet," right? So the safe proof to that is tell them like, within a week, because the USPS postal service is working really slow due to the everything going on, and also like they're understaffed, so they're working really slow. So I tell them give another week. If not, it doesn't come with another week, I give them a full refund. obviously that's the best thing to do. You make sure you keep in contact with your customer. And what I also do after I give them the full refund is I also block the buyer. And the reason why I do this is there's no way for me to verify, especially with something that's not tracked. Like, especially if it's like let's say like a $10, $15 card, right? There's no way to verify that they didn't get it. So I'm gonna just play it safe and just block the buyer. I know it's like partially unethical, but like I think as a seller, I have to protect myself as well. Because I gave them the refund, and there's no guarantee that you got the card or not.
Okay.
Yeah, so just some food for thought. I think that's the smartest way to handle it.
I'll keep in mind.
Yeah. On TCG player, it's going to happen too. All right. Let's see. I think I kind of answered this question already, so you have any more questions for me? Or any?
What was the question? Just ask it. Maybe.
The other question I asked was like, what's the coolest thing you found while like selling? Like, as in like, what's the coolest thing you found during the process of like selling cards?
Oh, okay.
The process.
Yeah, okay. This is a completely new thing. Okay, so
sure.
During the process, so I'm going to be talking, I don't know if this exactly answers the question here, but I'm going to talk about what I found cool on online selling versus IRL selling.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Because IRL selling, so what I dealt with is I made a lot of money, but like I would never really sell cards that were not that much money. And by not that much money, I'm going to be talking about $15 or under, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I remember there was one week where I made 270. I was selling OTS 12 ultis. And then I sold, I believe, what else was I? Oh yeah, like some really expensive Sky Striker stuff for like 300, right? But I would never sell like say an $8 card. Like that's very rare for me. You know what I mean? Like maybe if people find it at locals and they want, they'll give me some cash, but that's it, right? What I really found when I went from online is that I can actually start, the lower cards are what sells way more, and I did not get it.
Wait, what do you mean you don't get it? Most of the consumers are we like playing Rogue. We like playing cheap stuff. Yeah, exactly.
I got like some cheap stuff was gonna sell, right? I got that because like someone need people like for example, like even competitive decks or like competitive engines or whatever are very very cheap, right? Like back when Brilliant Fusion Engine was tier 1, Trick Clowns weren't too hard to get. They weren't really much money at all, right? Orthoscorpios weren't money, but that would move, right? So I'm like, okay, that makes sense, right? But what I mean is like all sorts of less than $10 cards would move.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
And to me, that was like, wow, this is really cool. And the best part is it's a lot easier because I buy and resell back is usually when they're cheaper cards, like they're less than $6-7, you buy them for a lot cheaper than you would say a $50 card when it comes to like percentages, if that makes sense, right? Like I'm not going to get into all of it right now, but Aquaman knows what I'm talking about, which was cool, right? But it's like, wow, I literally can just go to any player, find the cheap stuff. They don't want, I'll get it for whatever like small amount, right? Like, fair, but usually relatively small, right? Get it for that, and then I could just move it online, and it actually just moves within a day.
Absolutely.
It's like, to me, that was insane. Like putting like certain cards up there, like I had right now I have an Arm Dragon level 10 up there that I actually found in a collection.
Dude, that moves, dude. That actually moves really fast.
It has not moved yet. It has been 2 days.
How much did you put it up for?
It's mob play.
Oh, that's why. I had an LP one. I sold it for like, I think last week I sold one for 25.
Wow. Okay. I have a mob play. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I see you. It's just because this collection, right? The thing is, when you buy from certain people. Just to digress a little bit, like what I love is when I buy a collection off a Yu-Gi-Oh player, like an actual player, I know what to expect. I know what to expect. Like light play near mint, maybe mob, like a little bit of mob play is like whatever. I'm not gonna really like right, complain too much, but I know what I'm getting, right? And I'm getting a physical binder. It's cool. When you buy off someone that like say they played Yu-Gi-Oh a very long time ago, or they have a collection when they were a kid, like right when I say that, everyone already knows what like
you expect mod play and heavily played and then damage too.
Yes, right. So you have to filter. Here's the thing though, the profit margin is so much bigger.
It depends. It really depends on the cards they have. Yeah, obviously, right.
Like I have a player who used to play and put everything in a tote, right? He actually used to play competitively. So I know the era he played. So I get like, for example, I'm filming that video for the channel, so you guys will see this. I went through about 20% of it, right? I found like 5 Tsukiyomis, and those are some money. I found an Armed Dragon level 10. I found a what else I found? Oh, I found like some Raider shit. That's some money.
Do you find
And
any
then
pointers? A pointer to the Red Lotus?
on it, not just yet.
Damn.
And then I found oh yeah, obviously I found some of the damage like Dark Magicians and Blue Eyes, right? I don't even know who would even buy these at
Right.
this point.
Oh no, people
But-
will buy damaged Dark Magicians and Blue Eyes. Granted, they're from the original deck. They will.
Yeah.
Even if it's for $1, it's better than like having it sit there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, for sure.
And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, so I found some of that stuff. I found some Resonator stuff. Like some of the
Resonator stuff
somebody-
adds up, dude.
Yeah,
It
oh no,
adds
I
up.
found the wind one. I found that, which is really cool. I moved
Mhm.
one of those. I found 2 of those, and then I found just some other stuff. I found some Legendary Collection 5D stuff, like some Blackwing stuff from there, which is
Yeah.
pretty nice. Like, but again, I'm only 20. Oh, and I found like the world's lowest rarity goat deck that's not even complete.
Oh my god.
It's got like
it's
the
great.
common Sakuratsus, and I'm just like, this is just convenience. At
You
this
sleeve
point.
it up, put it on eBay, and just sell it as a goat deck. People will
Mhm.
buy it for sure.
Yeah, low rarity go for sure. So yeah, that's what's really nice. I have to filter through it, like filtering through it and finding all these cards I could have been worth so much more money if they were at least only half slobbered on, right? Not completely. I survived the washing machine,
Mhm.
you know, type cards. That would be wonderful. But yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
I
Like
guess one more. Yeah, keep going.
what I liked a lot from buying a lot of collections is sometimes when I'm looking through somebody's collection, you just find like you're looking at a card and you have no idea what it's worth, or like you think it's a throw-in, but then you actually look it up online. You're like, wait a minute, it's worth a lot more than I thought, and
Oh,
that's
yeah, that's happened.
that's a good feeling. It does happen. It does happen for sure.
For sure. Like I remember I got what's it called, from a different collection here. He just like threw some extra stuff in. I was like, yeah, that's cool. So I saw this card. It was about $2, right? It was a fuck, I forgot. I keep forgetting what it was exactly, but it turned out to be like $45, right? And I was like, oh my god, well, free money, right? And people
Probably one of
actually
the anniversary pack cards, like the anniversary pack Red Eyes. That's expensive, dude.
Oh man, it really is. I remember they were like less than $10 too.
Dude, you know, back when I was a kid, right? I was 11 years old. I remember the damn day. They had anniversary packs at Target, $5 a pop.
Wow.
Packs, full-on packs. I just chose.
Wow.
I only chose to buy one.
Damn, that's crazy. Hey, you want a Kit Kat, by the way?
Yeah, throw it. Nice.
Fuck, that's actually behind my desk, and I'm never gonna get that.
At least when you like move out or something, you're gonna be like, "Hey, Kit Kat."
Hey, 2-year-old Kit Kat.
Yeah.
You just start foaming at the mouth. Yeah.
But
Man.
it's crazy how like when you're a kid, you're so oblivious. Well, because as a kid, we're not in it to make money. We're in it to like, well, most of us, but we're in it to like just play the game and be like, oh, I want this card, so I'm gonna get this card.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just think it's
simple.
crazy how the market just evolves. I mean, I think it's cool to look at, but I can't keep up with it for sure.
Oh, actually, for the most part, once you get used to it, you could.
Do you have
Like,
just like a bookmark of tabs and you just click on that one link and it opens up like 30 bookmarks and you just shift through each one?
No. So the way I keep up, I'll tell you guys how I keep up. So there's a lot of information like Yu-Gi-Oh buyout groups, all that. Free info, all right? Knowledge can easily get you money. Like people say, the pen is mightier than the sword, even though that's kind of cringy. But join those, like it's true. Join those to find information. Watch other market watches. Keep up with the market in general. Look at what the OCG is doing. What is the OCG doing? Transfer that to
Dude,
the TCG.
literally,
That's also for vending as
it's
well.
it's super free with sometimes with the market watches, because with OCG, right, it's so obvious if you look at decks that are topping OCG, like let's say like obviously Dogmatica is going to be expensive here, right, but let's say like when the Numeron stuff came out, I saw that, I looked at the Numeron package, I'm like, wait, Memories of Hope is going to be nuts, dude. That card's going to be crazy. And I bought tons of them for 10 cents a piece on TCG Player, and then finally when Numeron came out, they were selling for $2 a piece.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. You have insider knowledge from OCG, right? And also, like you said, with the Facebook groups too. And I do agree, knowledge is definitely power. For sure.
Yeah. Along with what else was I gonna say? Also, there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh news, right? Like for example, like keep up with that, especially because if you know, like for example, when Prank Kids were getting their new Link one, right?
Oh boy.
That came out, right? I was able to see that very, very quickly, right? So I had my own palaces, Prank Kids palaces, and I had other stuff, right? So I was able to get a few more palaces when they were around. I think they were like $7 or $8. Don't quote me on
They're
that.
$8.
They went up to 25 though, and now there's something different.
It probably went down because the hype didn't.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's like you have to make sure you could buy and then resell, you know, later on, right? Along with I have some vendor friends that vend in the local area. Along with Chicago, you have some people who like, man, their pockets go deeper than the sea, man. Like I've literally gotten and this might sound a little scummy. I've literally gotten a message like, oh, by the way, do you have this card? And I was like, no. I only have one copy. It's like, oh, you should be getting them. They're gonna be gone within 12 hours. I'm like, okay.
And then are they gone or no?
Yeah, they're gone.
Was it 3 tactical talents?
No, it was not tactical talents. So I'll tell you one of the cards actually. I'm not gonna tell you from who, but I got a random message one day, right? Or not random. It wasn't random. I know the guy, and he's like, oh, by the way, do you have Trap Trick Shuffle Nightmares Ultimate Rares? And I'm like, no, I actually don't. I really like that card I like the card a lot. I remember playing it back in the day because I know Strike overcrept it, but
yeah,
I believe Trap Trick Shuffle Nightmare. A lot of people from that era underestimated that card. That was one of the best trap cards
it's
back
so
then. I don't
good,
know what you
dude.
say.
It was so good back then.
As long as they use the effect that turn, all right, that's like really the only condition on it, right? Which could bite you in the ass a little bit, right? But that's it, right? Along with trap tricks that have a way to search their traps at all.
We have Mermello, we have Trap Trick. Well, now we have Trap Trick.
Yeah,
we had Rafflesia back then too. We had Rafflesia too.
Yeah. Well, we got Rafflesia like a lot later.
We got it in. Was it in Breakers of the Shadow?
Yes, but remember like Judgment of the Light came out, and you just
all we had was Mermello and like a couple other cards.
Yeah, man, Trap Tricks was such a messy deck back then. Man, like it's a good deck now. It like functions, but like, they should have gave it more of a spotlight. But so he messaged me this. I'm like, all right. He's like, yeah, they're gonna get bought out. I'm like, okay, get yours while you can. So I got them already. So I'm like, I bought like a playset, right? Because I'm like, whatever. 3 days later, they get bought out.
Okay.
Yeah, and like it's not like I always have info like that. Like I know people are gonna watch my market watches after they see it. Like, oh wow, he's getting all this inside information. That doesn't happen often. Happens maybe
happens
once in a while
if you're on top of the food chain.
Yeah,
the vendor food chain.
How close you are. Yeah.
If you like, working with people like YBM and people like that, then obviously you kind of know because you can actually coordinate a Discord group. Then you can be like, okay, let's all buy out this card. Like it's almost as if you're playing stocks, but you have the advantage of
insider trading,
and it is not against the law because our secondary market is influenced by us.
Yes.
Nobody else influences the secondary market, and the moment people stop buying expensive stuff, right? For example, good example. I think IP Masquerade was 1,000 at one point for the Starlight, and now it's slowing down to 600 because nobody's buying them at 1,000. So that's just how it is. That's just completely how it is.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, you have any questions for me?
Let me think. I had one. Oh yeah. So
sure.
What's the easiest way to buy collections? Where do you find people to like actually buy collections?
So with collections, eBay is probably the hardest place to buy collections because you're literally competing against every single other person that does it.
Yeah.
Unless, only exception is I do when I go on eBay and buy collections. You go eBay, newest listing. If you see someone newly listed collection and it says buy it now and you see it at a really good price, then buy it.
Yeah.
Really good example was back when Maxi was legal. This dude had a collection, $400. Nobody was buying this. Because, you know why? The pictures of the collection were taken on like a Nokia phone. These were like 1 megapixel quality. It was so bad. It's like so garbage bad. But I'm looking through it. I'm like, he has some heat. He has Secret Rare Ghost Ogres when they were expensive. Secret Rare Maxis. Gold Rare Maxis. Super Max. He had like a ton of Maxis in there. And like Raigeki and all that good stuff. And people weren't buying.
Raigeki was a money card.
Back then, it was at least a $20 card, and then
Yeah, no, I remember. The worst part is, I still think it's an okay card, but that's what I'm a bad Yu-Gi-Oh player, so whatever.
and there was also Triple Ash in there. So like, I was doing the math. I'm like, this is like $800 worth of cards. So nobody was gonna buy it because the pictures made it look shady. Not gonna lie, really not gonna lie. And he had like maybe 1 or 2 good reviews, and that was it. But I bought it, and I got it, and it was great.
Yeah.
Another example is...
What do you usually type in eBay to find us? Do you just type in Yu-Gi-Oh collection?
Yu-Gi-Oh collection, Yugioh collection, Yu-Gi-Oh binder. Those 3 things. Just bookmark those 3. And newest first, that's the best way you can do it. Because if you're bidding against someone, you already lost the war. Most of the time, you already lost the war. And there are sometimes you can check like Yu-Gi-Oh bidding ending soon, or ending soonest, and sometimes people aren't bidding on stuff that are really good either. So you can snipe those and take those too.
Yeah, I understand that.
The second place I go to, Facebook Marketplace. Like not the Yu-Gi-Oh marketplaces on Facebook. I mean like Facebook Marketplace. Some people sell like Yu-Gi-Oh stuff for cheap. I've met up with 2 people, and they've sold me their old like pre-GX era stuff for pretty cheap. Cause they just want to move it. They just want to move it. And like I'm just like surprised. I'm looking it in. I found a Jump Exodia, dude.
Really?
No, not Exodia. No. Sorry. Not Jump. Obelisk. Jump Obelisk.
Obelisk Jump. Okay, that's nice.
And then at least $20 or $30 mint, at least. And I'm like, okay, that's free. Not Jump Exodia. My bad. Third place. I go to is in person. In person is where you're gonna make the most out of your deals, cause you know you can...
That's how I do mine. That's like I never really buy collections online. Really, I just do really IRL stuff. So
yeah, like a close friend be like, hey, I'm a buddy. I know you need some money. I'm gonna give you a deal. I'll buy your binder for a deal, and then later on, I'll hook you up with some more deals because you let me buy your binder. It works that way. It's all a transaction. With that, make sure when you announce in your videos, you never buy collections at like regionals or YCSs.
Yeah.
Like I always buy them. If I go there, I always get them outside the venue, obviously, because you do it inside the venue, it's done. It's over. Always outside the venue. That too, and then I'm trying to figure out if you want to buy cards for cheap, but not necessarily like dirt cheap. You go on like Yu-Gi-Oh Black Market or like one of those Yu-Gi-Oh trading marketplaces, and I would get cards at like 75% or 80% of TCG player. Like good example is yesterday I picked up 2-3 tacticals for 160, which isn't too bad. Where that's 160. Good. That's pretty damn good. Instead of like what I would pay like 180, 185, 190 for 2 of them. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so like you take small wins like that because the reason being is if you sold it on TCG Player or sold it on eBay, the fees would be so high that you would have gotten like less if you had just like sold it on there then as opposed to like on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
That's some food for thought. That's pretty much the 4 main places where I go. Craigslist, low-key underrated though. Super low-key underrated. Sketchy, but underrated.
I mean, that's Craigslist in general, dude. Like, Craigslist is... The horror stories on Craigslist, dude. That's going to be a medium that's going to survive forever.
Yeah, I always...
the weird ones.
Yeah, the weird ones and the ones where people get killed. Like, it's scary, dude. But the number one... The 2 rules I follow on Craigslist is 1, make sure it's during the daytime. And 2, make sure they meet you in a public place. I always do my transactions at like a McDonald's, like a Dunkin' Donuts, somewhere public where like there's cameras watching. Like I remember, like I met a dude on Craigslist in Boston, and it was at a Dunkin' Donuts, and he came in there with a giant box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I just looked through it and just paid him after.
Yeah. Did you just like take the whole thing, or did you just select the
with collections? I always take full things, and here's a little secret. You want to make extra money?
Sure.
With bulk, you can choose to get rid of them by like selling them online at 1,000 and selling them for $20 per 1,000, right? Or you can make your own listing where you post like 100 commons with a couple rares and a couple supers, and then put like a chase card in there. Be like, oh, one of these packets has a playset of the god cards, like each of the god cards. And that's how you entice people to buy and sell that pack of 100 for like $7 and have them pay for shipping.
Yeah.
And then during the holiday, it's a wrap. You get rid of everything really fast. It's a lot of work, but that's how you get rid of it. So you could turn
Yeah,
your
that's cool.
your 1,000 bulk. You turn that into, instead of just $20, you turn that into like $50 or $60.
Yeah.
So that's why I
That
always
sounds
buy
good.
full collections.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Mhm.
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, it's nice just to have neat stuff. I'll be honest with you.
Hey, look, with vending, the biggest way you can lose money is by keeping cards.
Oh my god,
And
dude, I'm
it's
so
rough
guilty
because
of that.
I'm so guilty
So
of that too.
guilty.
I keep so many of the cards I take. Like if I buy someone's nice collection and they have like, I bought someone's collection and they had a first ed ulti black rose. I'm like, I gotta keep this, man. I gotta keep it, dude.
Dude, I would have been like, yo, fuck this money. I'll make it back in the stock market. You're
Yo,
going
I'll
into a
keep it.
binder where you are going to sit there for years. Like, it is what it is.
Dude, the
Like,
returns
I
are
pick up-
insane. Yeah. What were you saying?
Like, I even got spare ghosts. Like, I have 2 Ghost Rare Black Roses. I got them when they were 80s. They're unlimited, sadly, but you know, when I came back into the game, first ed's already sailed for Ghost Rares, right? From the 5Ds era, right? Like the ones you really, really want, right? I got my Ghost Rare collection back with the price, like, for example, I got certain Ghost Rares at like $10 for first ed near mint, right?
Yeah, when they came
that
out, they were cheap because like
Yeah.
people were like, yeah, this card's like low key trash, and even then, Stardust Ghost Rare was like $40 when it came out. It wasn't
Yeah.
that much.
Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, sorry, what was that?
Vending just changes throughout the years. That's the thing. The whole economical stance from a Yu-Gi-Oh perspective, like it just changes. You know, like the whole game. Every year, there's like weird vending changes. Like if you told people about the secondary market a couple years ago, they'd be looking at you. Hell, even just 1 year ago. You know, it's always ramping up and all that.
Yeah, the biggest change was Konami allowing vendors to sell for over 100. That's a huge change.
It's up to 500 now, correct?
I don't know what the number is. I think
It was up to 500. Now they could sell up to cards for up to 500. But I thought what they did is they just removed the cap in general.
I thought
That's
they
what
would
I
remove
thought
the
they-
cap too, because I'm pretty sure they knew that like cards like Appaloosa, IP, Lightning Storm can go way beyond 500 when the time is right. Know what I mean? Especially Appaloosa. Appaloosa is like what, 800, 900 right now?
Yeah, I think the cap was 500, and then they got rid of it because I know they were able to sell stuff that was over 100. But yeah, Starlight Rares in a couple years, they're probably going to go absolutely insane, especially because there's about half as less of Ghost Rares.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like this is my opinion, but like boxes and good sealed products, they just go up like easier. They go up a lot faster.
Yeah. First
Yeah.
and Toon Chaos boxes are going to be a lot of money in a couple years.
Personally, I have 2 actually just sitting over there.
Dude, you know how many? I'm an inside info for all you. If you all sat here for this long, do you know how many cases I bought of Duel Genesis, of the Genesis Saga
How much?
in December? 5 cases, dude.
How much you get them for?
3,200.
For all 5?
Yep.
So
That's not
that's
bad.
about-
That's about 620, 640 per case. 644 per case.
Yeah, wow. And their first set boxes of the Duelist Genesis?
No, Genesis Saga, the new set coming out in December.
Oh, my fault. I was about to say Duelist Genesis. I'm like,
Duelist Genesis first ed 5
deal.
cases for that much. That's like the
yeah, I was
price.
about to say that sounds like a steal. I was like, huh.
You're like, yo, whose mans did you rob, dude? Like, whose mans?
Yeah, like, actually. What the fuck? That's
So-
what I was thinking. Like, when I hit 1,000, by the way, guys, random thing. At the time of this recording, I'm at like 726 subs or something like that. If I hit 1,000, I'm gonna open up a first edition box of like Duelist Genesis or
You're
some
not doing
awesome
that.
fight
You are
set.
not opening a first ed Duelist Genesis box. I dare you, dude.
Dare me?
I dare
okay,
you.
now I have to do it, bro.
Dare
That's
you,
it.
dude.
I'm gonna be like, shots to Akame TCG for trying to be a punk ass bitch.
No, shout outs to
Let's go.
Akame TCG for making me open this box and get a Ghost Rare first ed Stardust.
Bro, I would start crying on camera.
Dude, what else
Like,
is
if
good?
the
What
video
else is
was
good
over
in that
20
set?
minutes long, I cried.
I'm like trying to think what else is like amazing in that set.
Okay, so a highly underrated card, man, I knew I was gonna talk about this shit, is Emergency Teleport first edge right now.
Oh,
I
you tell me
think that
first? Holy shit.
Right now, they are so low, at least to me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Wait, E-Telly first? Ulti?
First first are underrated. Unlimiteds are like what? Like they're like just $20-ish straight up. Like, I'm like,
Wait, what? I'm about to pick some up. I need.
for Emergency Teleport Ultimate Rare, yo, use the TCG affiliate link.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Like, man, you just pause for a second. I'm like, did this man really try to? Yeah, I did. But yeah, so no, like, I'll just, yeah. So like, especially because if this ever goes to 2, bro, ever goes to 2, which, like, honestly, I'm sick and tired of just saying, oh, this isn't gonna go on. This is no, honestly, I'm tired. Yeah, okay, you could get light plays and all that for like $27. Near mints, $30.
That's pretty damn good for an e-telly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Damn, do I bling out my Cosmos?
Do I bring out my Cosmos?
Yo, big
First
big
Eds,
brain
dude.
thoughts.
I remember I got my first Ed e-telly for like $50, like maybe a year ago. Now first Eds are like 115. Like they're not bad. Like they're gonna go, guys. They're gonna go to the fucking moon. I'm telling you.
Dude, yeah, better eat your word on that. You better open that first Ed Duelist Genesis. But how much are those anyways? Those are like $1,000, right?
Oh, they're probably not too much. Oh, only 1,000?
How much are those?
Okay, that's not bad.
How much are those?
$1,000.
Duelist
I'm
Genesis
checking
first
right
Ed.
now.
I'm ready, dude.
Let's see. Wow. Okay, so you can get. Wow, you can get special editions for not that much. That's actually not.
But those are on limbs, you know what I mean? You get
Yeah.
the value
Yeah, unlimited special edition, but they're still cute for $30.
for each
Plus,
unlimited special edition.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
$10
too
a
bad.
pack, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, and then and it's not scale, which is like that's the biggest thing. So let me go sealed boxes here. Booster boxes. I don't know why I just can't show it to me. Oh, they just don't have any on TCG Player. I'm gonna go on eBay.
Oh yeah, eBay's the GOAT. I don't think they'd have it on TCG Player.
They don't.
Unfortunate. eBay's the GOAT.
Oh, there's special editions for.
How
There's
much?
a special edition box for 315 for 10.
You're not copying
That's-
that. You're not copying that.
You know I'm going to.
You're not copying that.
What are you even talking about?
If you do, send me the receipt of the checkout, and then we'll see how that goes.
Oh, bro, I'm just gonna open it up on the channel. I don't need to send you no receipt.
Do it. I'm ready.
Oh my god, that's insane. Yeah, honestly, I might cop some stuff, guys. You heard it here first.
All right, cool
Like-
beans.
Cool beans for sure. Like, I might just cop it, hold on to it. Like, that just looks dope to me. Like,
Dude, the Stardust
Yeah.
in the front of the Stardust just looks amazing. Stardust is like probably the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh card next to like Dark Magician and Blue Eyes.
that's what I think. I think there's a lot of cards that are definitely. I think Dark Magician Girl is up there as well, personally. Like, there's a lot of Here's what I'll ask you. I'll ask you one more question.
Sure,
since
sure,
we're
sure.
here. What do you think of Speed Duel and investments in the future? I'm gonna tell.
Mm.
Then I'm gonna tell you my opinion.
My opinion on Speed Duel is right now a lot of people are upset about the Speed Duels just because I personally don't know any locals that is running Speed Duel format at all. The only worthy Speed Duel stuff you can pick up is the Speed Duel tournament packs though. If you find sealed tournament packs for Speed Duel, that's an investment. But when it comes to Speed Duel stuff physically, like the boxes and etc., it's not worth the investment. And my reason is a lot of people want the rush duels to actually come to the US from Japan. And I think what's going to happen is once our US anime catches up to Japan anime, and once our format catches up to their format, they're going to phase out speed duels and phase in rush duels for us because the cards look insanely good.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
And that's my philosophy on it. I don't think it's a good investment unless you're investing in the tournament pack stuff.
Honestly, so here's what I think. I think tournament packs, like you said, fully agree. I've got some Speed Duel Dark Magician Girls, and I think that's like
Dude, I copped those up at a
Criminally.
quarter each, dude. They were so free.
quarter.
Yeah. In a
got
regional
them
like
for-
last year.
I got them for like 7s or 8s, and like they're double that right now. currently.
Why are they so expensive? I don't understand.
And no, so I got those, but like what I think is getting, because I feel like what's called speed duels are gonna be our rush duels. That's what I personally think, right?
That's
And I think
exactly
if
what
they
it
ever-
is. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I think is if they ever cancel speed duels, which they might, who knows, right? I don't know if they ever will. The product's definitely gonna go up, especially like in the future and all that. I personally think that looking at these sealed boxes for $30 is just boom. I think that getting the sealed boxes for $30 are good because I know Alchemist said otherwise, but I personally think that these boxes are easily going to go up. eventually. Give it a couple years. Like these are very long-term investments for sealed product. Like you get this, right? You literally forget about it for a couple of years, and then you're just sitting on money.
So you're expecting like at some point some dude's gonna pick up the ballot and be like, oh, nobody's playing this anymore, and now all the speed duels are gonna be out of stock at like your local Targets and Walmart, and therefore your boxes will rise in price. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Because usually that's how it works with speed duel stuff. Is it does old boxes do phase out. This is kind of like how Yu-Gi-Oh works, right? They phase out and then they go into the the clearance bin, and once it's off of the clearance bin, it's gone for good.
Yeah.
But you do make a good point. But we'll see in a couple years. We'll see.
Okay, we'll see in a couple years. We come back, bro. My investment's solid, bro. It went up $18.
Bro, remember that video you did made last year that got 20 views? I was right.
Oh my god. There's some stuff though that like, man, I'm so like I call this out and I tell people get this shit. And it's like I look at it now and I'm like, wow, dude. Absolutely insane. Like I told people, I kid you not in my okay, so guys, if you could go to my channel, by the way, very quickly, if you go to my channel, check it out, that'd be awesome. I do have this series called 5 Cards, and I have a trade binder, right? And I believe not the most recent one, but the one before that, right? I told people to get Ulti Twin Twisters when they were like $45 to $50, right?
They're 70 now, bro.
Now, though, they went up to 80s, and then they dropped to about 70.
Do you want to buy mine?
They're 85. Actually, honestly, probably.
All right, like, I have 3 sitting like right behind.
I sold mine when they were 80s at like initial. Yeah, oh man, but yeah, we'll talk about after the video. I got you.
Okay, sure. All right, hope you all enjoyed. Is there any final thing you want to say? Team Sakurasu is the channel name too, by the way.
If you guys like me, definitely show it by leaving likes and subscribes. I Akame TCG. Listen, I talked to this guy off camera, guys, and he's the dopest guy. All right, like. He's better off camera, and he's already pretty awesome at camera. Like he helps me out with like, you know, videos. He teaches me stuff. We just talk, have fun, all that. Awesome dude. So if you do want to see me more on this channel, make sure to leave a like. Tell him so maybe we could do like pack battles, do all that stuff. You know, we'll talk about it. And if you guys want to see more of me, definitely check out my channel. I know you guys really liked when I was talking about my Dolces. I haven't checked on that video besides after the first day, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it seemed that people liked it, at least then. So definitely check me out. And thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah, you're welcome, dude. Yeah, I paid you to pay all that, so I paid you to say all that, so thanks.
Oh my god.
I'll see you guys in the next podcast, guys. Hope you all enjoyed.
All right, peace.
All right, bye, guys.
The world ends now.